In today's video, we're checking out the buffs and leaked buffs and nerfs of COD Mobile Season 3. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into the buffs and nerfs. Today's title goes to Piffting. They have 202 subscribers at the time of recording this video. Of course, go over to the channel, be supportive, of course, like the videos, any of the videos you do enjoy, and subscribe to the channel, of course. Make sure to go over. If they're doing anything wrong, just of course leave a constructive comment to tell you how they can improve instead of like having a go at them or like being nasty. So yeah, of course, make sure to go over, be positive. Of course, I'll be linked down below in the description, and I'll keep putting up on the screen as well. So yeah, make sure of course to go over and be supportive, like and subscribe to our channel, and let's get into the buffs and nerfs. Okay, so here we are with, of course, the new balance changes. They might not all be here, and some of them are, of course, subject to change, as these are not the final ones, or of course, that will come out. We probably won't even know those until they finally come up. This is what's been, of course, leaked. So yeah, we have the AK-117. It's got decreased tactical reload time by 15%, reduced horizontal recoil, and stabilized the recoil pattern. Only for BR that one is. Tactical recoil, I don't know what that is, but it's I'm gonna say, is that from when it's been the mag's been fully unloaded, so that's really useful. And a reduced horizontal recoil. I didn't realise the AK-117 had too bad horizontal recoil to start with. So yeah, again, decreased the tactical reload time of the AK-47 by 15%. Again, I'm not entirely sure what that means. And then decreased the ADS time from 280 milliseconds to 270 milliseconds. Only a 10 millisecond decrease. You probably won't see that too much. That probably won't make too much of a difference, honestly. Then we have a decrease to the flinch from 0.6 to 0.55. I don't even know what they're measuring that in, but hey ho. That probably wouldn't be too significant, to be fair. And then we have a decreased ADS spread from 17.14 to 17.9. Okay, so that's a decent one. So it might beam a bit more at close range. Long range, and then we have HBR decreased recoil. It's semi alright recoil, to be fair, so I don't think it really needed that. It will just make it even more being a long range. And then in the BK, they decreased the recoil of the BK as well, which I didn't even know. Probably didn't even need it. I mean, it already had like no recoil. It was already a massive beam at long range. I don't know, that probably won't be very effective to do much at all. Then for the LK24, we have a damage profile improved from 26-24-19 to 28-24-19, so only 2 in the first damage range. Might make it slightly more consistent at the closer ranges, as the LK is obviously more of a long range beam assault rifle. So yeah, definitely more of a I might definitely have to check that one out. And damage profile improved in BR from 26-24 to 28-24. So again, in the first damage range, headshot multiplier improved from 1.5 to 1.6, and chest and upper arm multipliers improved from 1.1 to 1.2. Okay, so that's quite a significant buff for the LK24. So it looks like there's going to be a significantly better that close range. It might actually be comparable to something like the KN44 even. So yeah, the KN44, nothing too big, because the visible aim shake when firing has been decreased. I didn't even really see it had much visible aim shake, so not something that's going to be too big. We have then the switchblade is getting a buff, so this could be a quite a big one. It's getting upper arm damage multiplier improved from 1.1 to 1.2, and lower damage changed from 1 to 1.05. This basically make it shred better close to medium range. Might make it slightly more versatile, better medium range as well. Of course, the switchblade doesn't have too much range, so we'll just improve that. So actually not as significant as I thought they would be. Then with the AGR 556 for a decreased horizontal recoil. Okay, so the AGR had some decent recoil, so yeah, it probably did need that. It was hard to use because it said recoil, so yeah. Then we have the QQ9, one of my personal favourite guns, and it's got an improved damage profile from 25 to 92 to 17.5 to 28, 23, 17. 15, not 515. So that's an improvement in the first and second damage ranges. The first is by 3 and the second is by 1. So basically it's going to be might be able to roll stuff like the switchblade and the CBR when at close range. I'm surprised. I actually did have a look through this. I couldn't see a CBR nerf, which is kind of surprising. And then in terms of the 10mm rounds, it's got added 2 units of damage to the first two damage ranges, regardless of damage multiplier. Head multiplier improved from 1.2 to 1.4, and lower arm damage multiplier increased from 1.1 to 1.2. So the 10mm rounds are definitely going to be a lot more useful in terms of in terms of the actual gun. So yeah, because I did test out, and there was just no reason to use it, because it also decreased the fire rate, and the increase in damage wasn't significant enough to make it worth the decrease in damage, of course. Decrease in fire rate even. So we have the RUS, which gets an improved lower arm damage multipliers from 1.1 to 1.1. The RUS is going to be always been a mediocre gun at best. It's going to be an easy one. It's been an easy one to use. A lot of people will enjoy it. So this is just going to make it. Might say a lot more of it actually, but it's going to make it a lot better at close range, I reckon. And then the S36 is improved headshot multiplier from 1 to 1.2, and improves chest and upper arm multipliers from 1 to 1.1. These are both multiplier only. And now I just used them the S36 when I time record this video. I think it should be the last video that came out on my channel, and it was pretty bad, to be fair. So this is definitely a needed buff. Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah. It's going to make it even more of a beam than it already is, and it's I don't know, probably have the potential to 3-shot, but I did test it out, and the damage was the same all the way across the body, which was kind of an odd. But yeah, okay, so then it looks like we're getting a bust to some of the more underrated snipers. So the Outlaw is getting improved head multiplier from 1.5 to 2.4, and improved range from 0 to 83 to 8 to 30 and 30 plus. To 0 to 12, 12 to 30, and then 30 plus. So an increase of 4 in the first damage rate on the first range. I'm not sure how much that's going to do. The headshot multiplier is good for if you're trying to take out people off fives, KC alarms, and in more battle royale as well. In terms of the first range, it might make it a more consistent one shot at closer ranges. But yeah, then the Koshka, it gets an increased fire rate from 46 RPM to 48 RPM. That's going to be interesting, so it'll be better for quick scoping. Yeah, it could be interesting. Increase the speed to X in the AGS animation, and decrease scope recenter delay. So I'm guessing that's going to make it just a better, faster for quick scoping, and like a better rushing sniper, but it's going to be what both of them are. So yeah, then for the killer, we have a killer by action buff. Is the red dot is getting a sight can now be equipped on the killer by action, and the stopping power increased ADS time penalty from 12 to decrease even from 12 to 8. Yeah, so definitely not. That's a significant, I reckon, because the stopping power obviously makes it more consistent. And the red dot, I'm not sure how significant that'll be. But if you don't like, if you don't like the base hindsight and you want a decent scope, then you will be able to use the red dot now. And the D13 Sexter is getting a disc speed increase from 35 units to 50 units. Definitely needed, I reckon. As it took way too long for the bullet to travel, so when you shot it would be very easy for the opponents to move out of the way, and make it a lot easier to grind camos on that thing. And then shooting, the right fire button will automatically shoot as hip fire for automatic AGS does not affect manual AGS. So basically, I'm guessing the right fire button will always be hit fire now. I'm not sure how much of an effect that will have. Here, then we have an HSI buff. That's kind of fitting since we've got a legendary skin for that. So increased movement speed by 2%, decreased sprint to fire delay from 180 milliseconds to 150 milliseconds. Hit fast spread is more evenly spread. That's going to make it more consistent at the close range, I reckon. And it has to decrease distance fire delay and make it a lot easier to use when sliding, when being more aggressive. And the movement speed is just a nice increase, honestly. Then adjusted damage profile from 26, 19, 11, 7 to 28, 24, 11, 6. That's BR only. That'd be good in BR because it was already quite overpowered in BR. So yeah, and then decrease in range from 0 to 6, and then 6 to 11, and then 11 to 14, and it goes to 0 to 4, 4 to 7, and 7 to 11. Okay, so that's a significant decrease. So yeah, it probably won't be as reliable in BR anymore, which is good. Then the Tempest is getting a nerf and a buff. It's getting a decreased swap time and recharge time. That'll be useful. I mean, you don't honestly see normally see the Tempest anyway. So yeah, maybe some of these buffs might people will use the Tempest and some other stuff more. Then it decreased ammo count and damage radius and projectile velocity, projectile velocity, and it increased AGS time, decreased AGS time from 280 milliseconds to 270 milliseconds. Yeah, not honestly. If anything, that's what makes the Tempest worse, because the hardest bit about it was the projectile velocity and yeah, and the damage radius made it just a little easier to use. Then its attack 5 is getting increased to increased to attack increased 3p effect. No idea what that means, honestly. Maybe yeah, no idea. And Hive is getting increased trap duration, but then the trap hitbox, increased trap hitbox, and increased trap visibility. I'm glad about the trap visibility increase. That's going to be really useful for yeah, really useful just for spotting when there is hives. Trap duration, I'm not entirely sure that was necessary, as they didn't last long enough anyway. The hive is not one of the most annoying things to go up against. The ballista EM3 has added a warning effect when being targeted by the ballista. That's really useful, because you would before you would just get shot out of nowhere and you would have no idea that was coming until the very end. So yeah, that's a very useful nerf to the ballista. Then we have BI15 in BR, and damage profile decreased from 25, 18, 16, 11 to 22, 20, 15, and 7. Yeah. And I don't think I've really used this is BR only though, so the I don't even know people really use it in BR. I thought the KRM and the other KRM was also getting enough, but and the HSO were the main ones. But yeah, I guess they're trying to nerf all shotguns in BR, because I guess shotguns are really annoying in BR. Then we have the KRM, getting a damage profile decreased from 26, 25, 15, 11 to 24, 22, 15, 7. Again, probably another needed buff. Then the Tempest in BR, this is the BR only, is greatly reduced charge time and greatly improved AGS speed and AGS movement speed, just making it a bit more a bit easier to use because of the charge time, and a bit quicker to use. And then now requires a reload after each shot. Oh damn, and you can use 60 special ammo per shot. So I guess you would have fewer shots, and it will take longer to shoot, which actually is kind of useful because you can slow down enemies with the Tempest. Although I don't particularly run into anyone using a Tempest in BR. Then we have the Annihilation in BR, improved damage from 137, 185, 80 to 150, 130, 120. So it's always going to do over 100 damage now, which could be interesting. We're definitely going to see more Annihilator users. And then improved range from 0 to 15, 15 to 25, 25 to 30, 50 and 50 plus, to 0 to 45, 45, 40, 0 to 40, 40 to 70 and 70 plus. So we're just checking out the initial damage range. That's good. And then increase projectile velocity from 1,200 meters per second even, to 1,800 meters per second, and it consumes increased ammo, so it consumes 30 special ammo per shot. So yeah, I think those are. I mean, I've tested out the Annihilator actually in Battle Royale before, and it is kind of bad. So yeah, definitely needed, but might be slightly overpowered. We'll have to see. But yeah, definitely going to be seeing more of the Annihilator. And finally, we have the Clown class, improved detection rate from 50 to 70, 80 meters. Probably that's going to be actually pretty annoying, because it will let him know where you are from a further range. The dogs, that's one of the things dogs are really good for, so letting you know where people are. So it's going to you'll probably see more people using the Clown class. So yeah, that is all of the buffs and nerfs.